Today we're learning about two new New Mexico symbols. So let's go over our DLO. We'll learn about two new symbols. I'll show you some pictures, and then you will do two more pages in your New Mexico book. Okay, DLO. Today I will investigate the New Mexico symbols Yucca flower and Roadrunner. Now it's your turn. Today I will investigate the New Mexico symbols Yucca flower and Roadrunner. Okay, let's start with our state flower. Our state flower is called the Yucca flower. I have a couple pictures here for you. It has these very thick, pokey green leaves, I guess. They're more like branches, but they grow down here. And then the yucca plant has a stem that grows straight up in the middle with these big, fluffy, white blossoms. And they're so pretty. So let me show you another flower, another yucca flower. There are yucca flowers all over Farmington, so I'm sure you've seen one somewhere. Think about where you may have seen a yucca flower. It has the big stem and the little cotton ball looking blossoms on top and these really thick, sturdy leaves down below, and they're green. The yucca flower became our state flower because of its sturdiness and beauty. They're a really pretty flower, and they don't bloom all year round, but they're very sturdy, and they can withstand all types of weather, so they are here all the time. So look around the community and see if you see any yucca flowers. Our state bird is the Roadrunner, and the Roadrunner is one of my favorite animals. So when you look at the way his body is built, they have wings because they're birds, but they don't fly. They have long legs. They're actually birds that prefer to run on the ground. So a road runner. And they have big, long tail feathers back here. And if you look right behind their eye, and I'll show you another picture, they've got like a turquoise and red feathers behind there, and I think that's so pretty. And I actually like Roadrunners so much. My earrings are little Roadrunners because I just like Roadrunners that much. So here's another picture of the Roadrunner zoomed in with his big, long beak and that bluish turquoise and red behind their eyes. Their feathers are like brown and blacks and grays and tans colors, and they have a big long beak. They are carnivores. They like to eat lizards and rattlesnakes. And so they're one of the only animals that can eat rattlesnakes because rattlesnakes can strike really fast. But the Roadrunners are really quick too, and they can jump out of the way, but then they just grab them by the head and they eat them. So let's get started on our book. So yesterday you colored the cover, you wrote your name, you colored the Great Seal of New Mexico and the flag. Now we're going to open it up here, and like I said, it's easier to do it just page at a time. That's why we didn't staple them, so when we're done you can staple them or poke holes and tie it together. So let's go to, I'll show you the Roadrunner first because that's an easy one. So on your book it says, I see a yucca flower looking at me, and we'll do our yucca, and then down at the bottom you need to write yucca, yucca, what do you see? I see a Roadrunner looking at me. So then at the bottom you will write Roadrunner. You're going to have to write small because Roadrunner is a long word. Roadrunner, Roadrunner, what do you see? Draw your Roadrunner. They have browns and blacks and grays and tans, but make sure that you get that turquoise and red behind their eyes. So you're just going to color the Roadrunner. But let's work on the yucca flower. In your baggie, you need to pull out the yucca stem and these cotton balls, which will represent, they'll symbolize the flowers. Make sure you zip it because the beans are for tomorrow. All right. I think I'll scoot us up closer towards the board so that we can hang it up. Watch out, Roadrunner. Yucca flower, what do you see? The first thing you need to do is get your glue stick. We're going to glue down the stem at the bottom, excuse me, of the paper. There we go. Push it up a little bit. Make sure you get the glue on your stem and the bottom of your flower. So you'll want to put it down a little bit lower here so that you have room for the great big leaves you're going to be drawing and the cotton balls. The cotton balls, normally we use bottle glue for this, but I don't think you got bottle glue in your supply bag. So what I want you to do is take your cotton balls and just fluff them just a tiny bit. So fluffing is just kind of tugging them just a tiny bit so that they're a little bit fluffier. But don't tear them too much, just a little bit. Now this is the hard part because glue sticks, I hope it works. So we need to put down a lot of glue. And when we have our yucca flower up here, we're going to glue them just at the top, like this. All 5 of them at the top, just like in these pictures where they have the stem in the middle and then the cotton fluff or the flowers on top. So I'm going to do my best to put a nice big blob of glue here and push down on my cotton ball. Ooh, that worked, good. So just get the next cotton balls and put a nice big squishy blob here and kind of twist on the cotton ball blossoms. Do a little tug so it's a little fluffier, takes up a little more space. I like the yucca flower. I think it's really pretty, but just like the reason for why they picked it for our state flower is because it's very sturdy. And in New Mexico, when we have hot weather and cold winters, we need a sturdy plant that can last all year. And my last little cotton ball. A little fluff. Glue it down. You might get some on your glue stick, but that's okay. You can get it off. Yay! Okay. That stayed on pretty well. I'm very happy about that. And then don't forget to put your glue stick away. You can get the little cotton fluff off. Oh, I forgot to tell you why the Roadrunner is our state bird. The Roadrunner, I didn't write down I wrote down half of my fact, but the Roadrunner, the Hopi and the Pueblo Native Americans thought that the Roadrunner was a good bird to have around because it kept away evil spirits. That's what it was. So if you see a Roadrunner, their legend is that the Roadrunners keep evil spirits away. And I think that's a good thing to have around, I think. Roadrunners, we don't want evil spirits. Let's see, now I need a green crayon because we're going to, oh man, where did I put my crayon? Oh, here it is. We're going to draw the dark, sturdy leaves. So get your regular green color because it's the darkest out of the crayon box. And you'll just start at the base and draw big, thick, pointy leaves and color them in. So you want big, thick, pointy leaves. So however you want. If you have a yucca flower at your house, I would challenge you to go out and trim a couple of those leaves and glue them on here if you can, because then it would be more like a real yucca plant. Let's see if I can make this look symmetrical on this side. It's hard to color on the other side. So color in your thick yucca leaves. There we go. And then you can color the leaves down here too, because they grow out of the stem. And our pretty little yucca plant. And then I might have room to put like another one in here. Color in the bottom there. Alright, well, that's my yucca plant. Now it is your turn to glue on your yucca flower and color the stems And then you will get your, where did I put the other page? Well, then you'll do the other page for your the Roadrunner. Oh, here it is. Good golly. So get your Roadrunner and you'll do Roadrunner, Roadrunner. And then you'll get your yucca flower and put yucca, yucca. Now it's your turn.